It's been a while since I PlayStation 4, but I'm hoping it works this time. My house, which would be my parents, and that the team that you're with, the in the tournament, and DKO, you're not even on a team. Yeah, like, but I mean, I'm happy to have you here. Don't get me wrong. It's just you weren't even on a team. Back on the show is what I'm trying to get at. But anyway, great to see you, Shifty, and also great to see a lot sooner than I ended up being, but it is what it is. But also, I hope everything's going well in DKO land, and and of course, Shifty did a good show, or did a great show actually. What am I saying? Then of course you have Clinton on the more time-sensitive thing, or on the time-sensitive end. I will start that game first. Also, hey, what's up, MSW? TJ Toad. Of course, MSW won himself uh, a special match to get himself in the chamber, and we'll talk more about that when we get back to Blue Toad Wrestling. But right now, it's time to begin the conference championships. And it starts with the NFC Championship. So let's get to it. Wait, what award did I win, though? Wait, award? Wait. Uh-oh. I got a full-time job, so I haven't been able to make a lot of shows, but I'm still trying to catch up on what I've missed. Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. But I'm hoping that it doesn't go apeshit wild on me. Award? Wait, I forgot award. Yeah, cause yeah, pretty much. Now, because I know that you have to, and I will say this: it's better to focus on your work than to worry about attending people's shows. Like I try to do it as much as I can. I really do. Um, I mean, it helps when it's off hours, but when it's on hours, yeah, I could totally see it though. Cerulean Men's National Internet Division. Oh, awesome. And I that's awesome. I'm serious. That was really awesome though. Of course, MSW is taking a sabbatical, given the fact that none of the teams that he would like to play for, like the Falcons, for instance, were featured. So MSW got himself um, a holiday when it comes to season 11. Just wanted to point that out. All right, so Washington football team will be taking on the Saints. Oh, QRS. There we go. So let's get the participants in there, shall we? Let's start with the Commanders. So I'm just going to get those guys on out. And this is a good time for most everybody else to go get snacks and stuff like that. All right. Should be Sentinels. Yeah, I would think so. Okay, let me get Brandon. Oh, shoot. I gave him the wrong links. Silly me. Also, let me know if the wait, what? Welp? What do you mean, Welp? Don't tell me it's acting up, is it? Okay, go. That's Mama Luigi to you. But what's with the Welp though? What's up? Let me just get Cole Weston. But yeah, what's up? What's up? No, no, I knew that was from the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Absolutely. That episode was really funny with the Baby Yoshi thing. Yeah, I definitely liked Baby Yoshi. Definitely. Okay. Washington should change, or should have kept their name instead of changing it. Oh, I see. I mean, I can understand keeping it just because you've had it for so long. It's like, why change it? I understand that. I understand that scenario, but I also understand why they changed it ultimately was just because, it was one of those situations just like the Cleveland Indians into the Cleveland Guardians. Like, it was a no-win situation, really. And, I mean, you were damned if you do, damned if you don't. Or if you're going to change your name, you could change it to something much better. Really, you could have. But I can mean I but again I see where people are going from or coming from, and that's cool. I just wish that it was under much better circumstances than it ended up being. I think that's really the only thing that I lament about the whole thing. Shane Falco. All right. Okay. All right. So that's it for the uh, Commanders. Now I just need to go get the Saints. I already have Clinton. Fortunately, I don't have a way to contact Tito. So let me just get JT Price and Gregory, and we're cool. So let me just get them. All right, and then finally, Dragonheart. Let me see. How about the Super Mario Brothers movie? Oh my gosh! My good friend Tan Man, he did a reaction video and he talked about it as he went through the footage of the trailer, And I saw the trailer. It was amazing. I'm telling you. On RS's call, because I'm watching Extreme Rules tonight. Yeah, definitely let me know how Extreme Rules turned out. And, you know, I'm starting to be won little by little by the WWE, because, like, up until Triple H took over, I was completely done with WWE. I'm telling you one thing. And speaking of RS, there he is. What's up, man? And I know that Blaze is doing the show. And, of course, had Blaze's team actually managed to get to this point, I probably would have just moved it to another day and just done it another time. But instead, it kind of just worked out. No offense to him, though. And of course, if you guys want wrestling, you can go check out LTD. Not gonna blame you if you do. Anyway, yeah, Jetstrike's also watching the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, but he will still work on your call when he has the time to do it. It's just, you know, real life takes precedent. All right. And then that's it. That's it. Now we've got it. So who is going to make it? Will it be the former Washington football team, now known as the Commanders, or will it be the Saints? Let's find out in just a moment. Of course, this takes place inside a dome, so it's not going to matter about the weather. So let's do it. All right. So, yeah, Clinton, how do you feel about your team? I mean, of course you're a kicker and a punter, but you also can, you know, still throw that ball. And then, of course, you have an outside linebacker in J.T. Price, and you have not one but two guards, offensive guards, that is, in Big Tito and Gregory Blakely. And I will say this, Gregory and Tito have done a great job, not just, you know, blocking for the quarterback, but also for, you know, making lanes for Alvin Kamara to do some damage on the run game. If I'm not starting QB, we have to worry.
Today.
Oh, so I guess RS was trying to reach out to you and ask what he wanted on his character.
This is the NFL.
And he was wondering if you had gotten his reply or not. But, wait a minute. Why is it 0? What's going on? Oh, okay. I was just making sure that the feed didn't cut out. I just saw that it was 0. I was like, wait, what? What happened there?
New Orleans Saints taking on the Washington football team.
Well, first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in
and to think they were going to make this a, you know, multi-purpose dome, but it never came to fruition, and they kept it a football-only venue, and that's a good thing. Also, hey, what's up, Wally Johnson? How's everything going, man? Great to see you, Wally. And there's Joshua. He says, let's get it on. Well, Washington is going to start with the ball to begin. And we are underway. Here we go.
Taken at the goal line.
And they will start at the 23.
Out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And, of course, it starts with that man right there, Brandon Cuevas, the quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week. That no matter
But he's
what
not the only
happens,
offensive talent. You
You
also have the center, biological,
He's the same assertive
and
leader
the
in
tight
huddle on
end
each and every play.
in Joshua
He can throw
James.
7 interceptions. Just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry
And as
himself
for
like he
the
is
Saints
man.
on defense, you have JT Price.
Especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
They hand it off. And, enough forward momentum. And then,
Now
what happened here?
Man down on the field.
Joshua's hurt.
While the training staff works on
Number
him,
88, Joshua.
aside and be right back.
I'm not sure what happened, though, but he might have hurt himself. And, of course, Joshua not too happy with the fact that he got himself hurt. Hopefully he'll be back later in the game. It's crazy how they made a whole football game series named after one man, John Madden. Yeah, it was originally called John Madden Football, but, of course, Madden himself became such a big name that anytime you talk about video game football, you don't say video game football, you say Madden.
Just a couple of inches now from
That's how synonymous Madden is with video game football. They hand it off again. They do get the first down, but hopefully we'll see Joshua later in the game, especially if it gets close.
Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down.
I mean, you have two members of the old Triple J faction with JT on the Saints.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin
and Joshua on Washington.
Into enemy territory.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now.
I just noticed, why does Toad sound like he's Marge? Sound like Marge Simpson? I don't know. Because he didn't always sound like that. He used to sound just like a kid. I don't know why. It just sounds like he smoked cigarettes or something like that. A completion and a first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Oh, not a problem, Wally. And also, hey, what's up, James Gamer?
Receivers alive in a play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His
throw
incomplete.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention, Shadow Knight, if you're still in the chat, you are with the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, I would love to see that, Jet Strike. But yeah, great to see you, James Gamer.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yes, it's ready. Well, actually, I need to make a few more adjustments, and then it'll be ready. But the go-home show is going to be on...
and this is going to be another first down.
It's going to be on Thursday night. So it's going to be yet another late-night stream, because I won't be able to stream on Friday. I won't be able to stream on Saturday. I'll be able to stream on Sunday after I get home from church. So, there you go. Yeah, Roadblock. Yeah. And then James Gamer says, what's up, guys? Also, hey, what's up, Brandon? You're just in time, as right now you're on offense. And I almost forgot to mention that the Saints have punter and kicker Clinton Flippin. But you know what, Clinton? You came through when it mattered the most. Especially when it came to the field goal unit. And a completion, and a first down, and steps out of bounds to stop the clock.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't
great catch there by Gibson. Well, Webus is doing a great job distributing the ball so that not one man gets all of it.
Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him.
And Brandon's going to run for it. He's going to go. And he gave himself up just 2 yards short. And Cuevas is going to make it first and goal at the 2.
Progressions, not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Oh, okay, so Okay, so Jetstrike did get it. He wanted a blue outfit and a cape. Interesting.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Oh, no cape. Okay, no cape at all then.
Back to throw here.
And a touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel.
Washington Commanders.
And
Curtis Samuel
takes the ball down the field and scores.
And just
on
like
their
that,
opening
Washington
drive.
gets the early advantage.
They gotta love that. 9-play drive results.
Nice
in 6
throw.
points.
Nice threading the needle.
That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace.
Oh, okay, so
if you're playing defense,
he wants a
defense
Drew
is not
McIntyre ring gear
methodical.
attire,
They've gotta go in
basically.
there and shake
Oh, I
things
see.
up and create a little havoc.
Extra point by Sly is
Extra
up and
point
good.
is good.
And it's now
9
a
plays,
7-0
78
game.
yards, and I didn't see how many
A good
minutes,
drive
but
that time as they go
5
9
of 7,
plays in all.
and it leads to a
it was
touchdown.
Polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Well, now we'll find out if Washington can stop Alvin Kamara, because unfortunately the Dolphins were unable to stop him, and New Orleans, of course, because they couldn't stop Kamara,
Joey
it opened up the passing play.
Touchdown.
Anyway, Dr. Livsley's
Here comes
phonic walk. I've never heard of that one.
And ultimately, he stopped right where
Any
he
face
would have
changes?
been
Also,
if he
hey,
had
what's
simply
up,
gone
Insane
down to a
One?
knee at the 25.
How's it going, Mr. Insane?
Opening drive.
Unfortunately, you were with the Steelers. If you didn't know, if you forgot, you were with the Steelers, and unfortunately, you lost to the Washington Commanders.
You name it, he's able.
But don't get me wrong, I would have loved if your team had actually won. But again, I can't really rig this place. I didn't forget. Oh, okay. Yeah.
First down, Hill.
A screen pass,
To Kamara out of the backfield.
and he gets it to who else? Brandon. No, wait. I'm sorry. That was Hill. Oh, I'm sorry. Hill threw it to Kamara. I'm sorry.
Tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game.
Yeah, it was Hill. Yeah, I'm sorry. Taysom.
You can always tell that they were concerned about it going.
It was. Was it Taysom Hill?
My days, I remember being in college and worrying all off season about our.
But yeah, Hill was able to get it to Kamara in the passing game.
Shake and bake with the best of them.
And then Clinton's like, we screw. Not necessarily, although Kamara just got clapped back by number 91, and who was that man? That man was Cole Weston.
Yeah, we know.
And now for the defensive player for the Washington Commanders, and that man is Cole Weston, and if there's any one man who could stop him, it's got to be him. The defensive end, Cole Weston. So yeah, the last thing they want to do is try to run it that way.
On 2nd and 12, Hill.
And they get the... Well, they get the completion, but they get it to 3rd and 3. And for the Saints on offense, you have Tito and Gregory Blakely at guard. Both of them. They're both guards. Anyway, let me check on the... Oh, how silly of me. I forgot to do this. Let me just fix something here. On my end, at least.
Now Hill.
Hill. He's going to go for it. He's going to run.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40.
And that's that's a big rush of 18 yards.
Washington's 34-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be
I've been collecting wrestling figures for a while, but I think I'm starting to a video game figure collection. That's not bad.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Coming left is Kamara.
And Kamara, well,
a minimal gain as we
it's a minimal gain. In fact, he now is at
that's a real nice
0 yards now.
They just engaged.
It was a good run, but he should have thrown it.
But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not.
Everything is,
you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving.
all things can be 20/20 in hindsight,
and once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Being chased
and
out left.
Hill about to,
will slide to a stop. He does have the
nice
first
run there by Hill.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
All right, so 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10,
Hill is going to run again. Oh, but this time they anticipated it.
A gain of 2, and
they get 2 on that one, and that's the end of the first quarter.
On EA Sports.
All right, 2nd and 8. Make me a badass face, says RS. 2nd and 8. Here we go.
From the 22.
A completion.
Left side, gonna be taken in by
and
Harris.
Is that enough for a first down? It is. 1st and 10 at the 13.
From the 13.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. 13 at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. They hand it over to Kamara.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and
but
taken
once
down.
again,
no gain on the play
no
there,
gain, and
down.
who stopped him?
And as a
Cole Weston.
Getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle.
I mean,
That's what we saw
Brandon,
right
how do you feel about Cole being on your
is,
team
really
as a defensive end? As the one man that can stop Alvin Kamara.
They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
They run it again.
And he'll get this one down
And he gets 3 yards this time, but now it's a 3rd and 7.
Only 3 there, so it leaves
Jared Allen.
3rd and 7 ahead.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing on 3rd down.
Hill is going to try to run it.
Flushed out right.
And he gave himself up just a little short.
He opted to go with his
yeah, they've won championships, so many, in fact, I couldn't even count. But now that's going to limit them to a field goal, and that's where Clinton is going to come in handy.
His kick is good.
Well, for winning the most championships in a 30-year span. Anyway, it is good, so great job there by Clinton. But now it's going to be up to the Saints to try to stop the Washington offense.
Back after giving up the touchdown to start the year.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
All right.
He's in zone. Here comes Carter. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So, yeah, all I can say is the Mario Brothers, they're made men already.
Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense.
I mean, they're legends, just like John Cena and Randy Orton. They don't need championships anymore. They're already made.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success.
All right, well, let's see if New Orleans can get a stop and whether Washington is going to put on the pressure. A completion.
But not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really
Great catch there by Seals Jones.
Because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
So far, Clinton is accounted for 3 points for the Saints. And an incompletion.
And behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
A lot of times, just that first read that you had, maybe you get
yeah,
it
I might have to make a recorded video about it on the people that are in the Hall of Fame. I haven't had an official Hall of Fame ceremony, so I might have to make that. Like, I might have to do some editing skills and stuff like that.
After the incompletion on first down. They're going to look to throw.
Cuevas.
Oh,
that was incomplete, a bit too high. So now it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So
but yeah, I haven't really established the Hall of Fame. I might have to do that.
They'll stick with the passing game as he
Cuevas is going to go for a run. Although I'm not sure why he didn't let go of the ball before he went out. And of course, Ron Rivera very upset with the offensive coordinator. And as a result, it's a 3 and out.
And now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Some of them, unfortunately, some I'm going to have to, induct post-mortem, aka they've already died, and I would have to still honor them, but they won't be able to accept the trophy themselves or the award. And wow, what a kick! But also great play there by special teams to make it much more difficult for New Orleans to start. And they're going to have to start at the 15. And then Chaos Reaper is saying, go Washington, as if to say, hey, if we're not going to go to the Super Bowl, well, neither is New Orleans.
You're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, so 1st and 10.
It's 1st and 10.
They hand it off to Kamara.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after
they get 5 yards on that one. Anyway, how's everything going in Chaos Reaper land, or Chaos Regional Wrestling land? Yeah, that is true. I mean, you have Mr. Rogers, of course, who IRL is, long since passed.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis.
And Hill going to make a run for it. And he gets the first down and then some.
And we have to give credit to him for
give credit to Hill. I mean, he's taking the hits.
They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
First down now, but the clock continues to
move. All right. So New Orleans, they still have their 3 timeouts if they need to use them. And off. That was off. So incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
All right. Now Hill.
On second down. Hill.
And intercepted!
Defenders had intercepted.
Intercepted, and it was by Curl.
And they'll start with
Great play there by Curl.
At the 41-yard line.
And now Washington has a great opportunity to really put the pressure on the Saints. Great play there by Cameron Curl.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do. And gives them a
and I have to imagine Clinton's probably thrown every piece of furniture that he has. Not really. I hope not. But I can imagine he might have. I'm never going to leave this brand because I have no reason to. Wait. What brand? Anyway. That's why I said we are screwed. Hill is a great utility player, but not a great QB. And another completion. Oh, Blue Toad Wrestling. Oh, yeah. I don't want to say it's the best brand because, I mean, of course you have other brands too. I mean, you have LTD. You have Chaos Regional Wrestling, which is the which, you know, Atticus Black is the proprietor of. You also have Oblivion Wrestling Federation that's owned by Clinton's War Productions. Then there's also Blood Moon Wrestling Federation that's owned by Crushing Kelly. And that is incomplete. I like being here more just because I know more people here. Yeah, that's true.
That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
2nd and 10. Huevas. With some time. Oh, well, it was in his hands, but he couldn't hold on to it. 3rd and 10. Hey, what's up, Rev Cupid?
Diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
What's up, Rev Cupid? TRC. Well, New Orleans, to their credit, their defense is doing great. Of course, it also helps to have someone like J.T. Price with them.
3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
3rd and 10.
Back to throw again.
Huevas.
That's complete to his
well, it's completed, but not close enough for a first down and a timeout used up.
Their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Like Brian Happy Meal Hernsberger, Diamond Light in fact. Oh yeah, definitely. Now
all right, so they're going to go for a field goal.
Unit. From the left hash, this from 39.
And it is good. It is now 10-3. So that turnover led to 3 points. So it could have been much worse than it ended up being.
They add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
I tried the new fluffy Egos, and they tasted good. How do you eat Egos?
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
And in this case, they will just simply take the touchback, and they'll start at the 25.
Spotlight turning back to Taysom Hill as he trots out with his offense. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball, it's kind of kept him in this game.
No doubt about it, because if he's not making the plays that we've seen, they are really getting blown out in this one. I don't think they have any chance at all. He's keeping them in striking distance. Hoping
in some capacity, yeah, they are somewhat part-timers because, you know, they're not exactly spring chickens like they once were. Like, dude, if you remember, well, I don't know if you were around when it happened, but I do remember 1996. That was when Mario had his first 3D game. It was the biggest thing going on, especially with the Nintendo 64. Not a problem, Clinton. I will let you. Well, you'll watch the replay. I trust you will, because I know that you're cool like that.
And there's another example, another incompletion.
But at least, Clinton, no one will ever take away the fact that you won the big one. So no one will ever say that you never won the big one, because you did.
Here's Hill.
And another completion. And a timeout. But as I was saying, yeah,
35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Because when the Nintendo 64 came out, Super Mario 64 came out not long after that, and that was the game that changed everything. It was a revolutionary thing. And gaming as we knew it was never the same. And a completion for 4 yards to Stills, and he goes out of bounds to stop the clock at 30 seconds.
To the air again.
Hill gonna make a run for it. No, a missed tackle. And this could be, I believe. No, he gets all the way to the 36-yard line, past midfield. They have one timeout left, so they might need to use it. Otherwise, you risk losing it. And of course, now Ron Rivera's not too happy with the defensive coordinator himself. And Taysom Hill gave himself up, knowing full well he would have gotten demolished, and Taysom was able to avoid a tackle. And now a timeout used up with 10 seconds left.
Before halftime.
I mean, I've had Bowser in the past. I tried bringing in DK, but DK's kind of difficult to make given the fact that, they don't necessarily have the parts for DK.
So even though it's first down, here's the
although, wait a minute, they're going to go for a field goal, and Clinton is going to kick it. Clinton! It is good. What a kick by Clinton. So that's going to cut it to a 4-point game. Great kick.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And they kick it away. They'll take it out.
Here comes Carter.
And Carter, they get it to the 26 with 3 seconds left. Washington still has all 3 timeouts left to use. I don't know if they'll be able to use all of them, but we'll see what happens.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room.
So let's see, what are they going to do? Nope, they will not even take it. They'll just, let their clock run and go to halftime.
Visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone.
At different times. I mean, obviously, I have different. I have other guys that had competed for big matches like that. Just besides just the Mario Brothers, obviously, but they definitely had a huge hand to play from ever since '86.
We'll see more of the same in the second half.
Anyway,
and to bring the action your way.
Let's get back to the game, though.
To Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
All right, so New Orleans is going to start off with
Saints
the
gonna go
ball.
on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
They take it out.
Out of the end zone.
And they get to the 20.
Would cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
All right, so 1st and 10 at the 20.
On first down, it's Hill.
A completion.
Stills.
And gets it to Stills for 7 yards.
Before being taken down at the 27.
Well, I mean, there's so many. I couldn't even tell you, really. Like, they had a rivalry in 2012.
Operating from the
and of course, Mario ended up going rogue at around that time. In fact, you could probably just go back and watch all the old videos I used to do. And Alvin Kamara busts out, and he gets to the 40-yard line. Big run there by Alvin Kamara, his best run to date in this game.
Patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Hill now to throw.
Hill. A completion. But in this case, they only get 5 on that one. 2nd and 5. And they get it to Callaway. I mean, of course, Washington was one of the wild card teams. And a jet sweep and gets by one tackle. And a first down. No, not at this current time. I mean, I have Zelda. But, I mean, I am thinking about bringing back Link. But right now, but he was in BTW for a while himself. And a former Blue Toad Wrestling Champion himself as well. Back to this this game here. Now Hill, I'm not sure what the hell Hill was doing, but he was running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and unfortunately that's going to cost him a yard. That's going to result in a tackle for loss. But yeah, that was not a good run there.
The O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole.
Look at this.
And the quarterback got sacked.
Running like a chicken with its head cut off. He got caught. And of course, he was caught by Jamin Davis, who gets the tackle for loss. Joseph Kong.
Sack here, 2nd and 11.
Oh, Coney. I don't know if he ever did. I don't recall. It's been that long.
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, so 3rd and 11 for New Orleans.
Hill.
Hill gets away. Wait, did he get enough momentum?
Very close to a first down, but from where they're spotted,
Oh, 4th and inches, so close. Big decision here. Do you go for it, or do you just kick a field goal to cut it to a 1-point game? Saints might recover from this. They may very well do so, Joshua. Hopefully, I don't know if you know this, but Joshua, after one play, apparently your player got injured. Hopefully you get back in the game, especially in the second half. I'll have to keep an eye out on offense. But wait a minute, they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it, and they got it.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
So they keep the drive alive.
Figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And Hill tries to go for a run. He gets it.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up.
And he gets 9 yards, 2nd and 1.
End up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd and 1 at the 19. They hand it off again. And, of course, Kamara gets 8 yards on that.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter. As they
1st and 10 at the 11. New Orleans probably with their best drive to date. Oh, but this time they stuff them, and in fact that causes them to get tackled for a loss by who else? Jamin Davis. Great play there by Jamin Davis.
Go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Hill.
Hill, a screen pass, but that was not a good play. Not a good play selection, as that's going to cost them 2 more yards.
A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, not a good play selection, unfortunately, by Taysom Hill. And, you know, Alvin, had he broken away from that tackle, it would have worked out, but it didn't. And that's the end of the third quarter.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. Just
so big play there. Big play here for the Saints, but also big play here for the Commanders. Hill makes a run for it, but he does not get very far.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6,
so big decision here. I mean, you could kick a field goal and make it a 1-point game and hope that your defense can get the ball back. Or do you try to go for it knowing full well that if you don't, then you get absolutely nothing and the score remains where it is. All right, let's see what they do. Looks like they're going to send out, yeah, they're going to send out the kicking unit.
The kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is
Yeah,
good.
it's now a 1-point game.
Within a single point, it's now 10-9. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Yes, tension is definitely high. If it wasn't high before, it definitely is high now. Now the question is, can New Orleans stop Washington?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
I mean, of course, they could just limit them to a field goal, which would make it a 4-point game, and then New Orleans would have to go down the field and instead score a touchdown because a field goal will not be enough.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs.
All right, so Brandon, a completion.
It's complete to start the drive. And he's up in
a completion of 8 yards, so it's a 2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
And it looks like, yep, I see him, number 88. Joshua James is back on the field. He just needed some time to recuperate, and he's back on the field, number 88, Joshua James. You see Joshua at the bottom of your screen, number 88. Let's see what he does. He's blocking. Well, they tried to give it to Gibson, but instead he gets stopped and gets a loss of a yard. And, of course, leading the charge was, of course, J.T. Price.
Defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
They won't be ready for me. Well, let's see what happens.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far.
So this is a huge play for both teams. One wants to try to keep the drive alive.
He'll look to throw.
And it looks like they will. Great catch there by Samuel. Great throw by Brandon Cuevas. First down at the 40.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Three minutes and counting. They hand it off.
10, it's Gibson.
And Gibson, ooh, big run there by Gibson for 9 yards. 2nd and 1 at the 49.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
Great job, Gibson.
Let's go.
Their time to
Let's see what they do here.
On second down,
they run it, and Gibson, and now it's a 2-minute warning. Hey, what's up?
2 minutes on the clock.
Brother J.T. Price,
game.
you're just in time for the 2-minute warning, the final 2 minutes of this game. Right now your team is down by 1 point, and the object is to try to stop Washington,
with the football here as we
and get the ball back. But right now Washington is in control, and as long as Washington doesn't turn it over, they're in good position. And now a timeout used up by the Saints. So yeah, it's J.T. Price and Joshua James. J.T., a defensive player for the New Orleans Saints, and Joshua James, an offensive player for Washington. And only one of these two men is going to the Super Bowl. So let's see what happens here. 2nd and 7.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And did they get a first down?
35-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Yep, they get the first down. And New Orleans having to use another timeout.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10. They hand it off again. Gibson gets 5 this time. And a timeout used up again. That's the last of their timeouts.
As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming
Quan Anderson and Marshawn Lattimore. Those are the guys that you really got to watch out for on defense for the Saints. Well, actually, don't forget about J.T. Price himself. Let's not beat around the bush here. You got to watch out for him too. They hand it off, and a first down, and that might just do it. That might put away New Orleans, as New Orleans will not have a timeout to use. And for Taysom Hill, he's disappointed, and with every reason to be. And same thing with Clinton too. And now they'll just take the knee and run the clock out.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
And that's going to do it. That's going to do it.
And how about this finish? Able to
barring a miracle,
run out the clock and close
Washington is going to win 10-9 against the Saints, and the Commanders will be going to the Super Bowl as the Commanders, and they will face off against the winner of the Indianapolis Colts and Cleveland Browns, and that's it. The Washington Commanders are going to the Super Bowl, and for Brandon Cuevas, Joshua James, Biological, and Cole Weston, they are going to the Super Bowl.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
10-9. So Joshua, Brandon, you guys are going to the Super Bowl. I mean, all facets of the team did just enough. They did everything that they could do. There was that great touchdown pass early in the game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
Well,
till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
I mean, what more can I say? Really, what more can I say? And for Taysom Hill, very disappointed, but understandably so. All right, so let's go to the stats. And, of course, Brandon Cuevas, no question about it, he had the better performance. And a slightly less, and although the completion percentage was within 3 percentage points, he had more yards. And the more important stat was that Taysom Hill had an interception, and Brandon Cuevas had a touchdown. So that definitely gives Brandon the advantage in that department. Everybody did their part, absolutely. And Antonio Gibson, he came through when it came to getting first downs very late in the game. Brandon had 5 rushes himself. And even though Taysom Hill had the higher at average, it was Antonio Gibson who got the big ones when they needed it the most. Then you had Curtis Samuel. Even though he only had 2 catches, he had that all-important touchdown, and that proved to be the difference. Hey, what's up, Broken Gaming Network and LP Grotus? Great to see you. Great. Well, first and foremost, how you doing, Broken Gaming Network, a.k.a. Twitch, and the Frog, LP Grotus. Hopefully we get to see more of LP Grotus, but in speaking of LP Grotus, you guys can check out Broken Gaming Network on Twitch, the site Twitch. But you could also see on Twitch LP Grotus, but you could also check out some of his older stuff if you'd like to see it. Just waking up from a nap. Let's see, blocking. Unfortunately, Sam Cosmi allowed a sack, but it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Then you had Jamin Davis and Cole Weston, more particularly. They each had 2 tackles for loss. And Cameron Curl had an interception. And as far as kicking is concerned, Clinton did his part. He did his part. Clinton accounts for 3 of those, or actually all 9 points are attributed to Clinton Flippin. But it was not enough. I'm called Grotus on Twitch. Yes, on Twitch, you're simply called Grotus. I'm on YouTube, not Twitch. Oh. Well, it's just because I remember there were times you were on Twitch, the site, Twitch. But, sorry. Yeah, he did. He absolutely did, Joshua. All right, let's get to our other game. But congratulations, nonetheless, to the Commanders. In fact, the Commanders were the lowest seed coming into this season, and they'll face off against either the Indianapolis Colts or the Cleveland Browns. Oh yeah, you told me that you went to an All Elite Wrestling event yesterday. How was it? Was it everything that it was cracked up to be? Or did you think it was overrated or anything like that? Let me know, man. Because I've wanted to go to an AEW show, but it never seems to come to my town. It's been in Los Angeles, it's been in Fresno, but never in Sacramento. Also, hey, what's up, Diamond Light? They still refer to the Commanders as Redskins. I mean, of course some people would, because they're old hats, but I'm not going to judge, really. Yeah, I'll post everything tomorrow on my channel. Yeah, you have... oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You have the Indianapolis Colts that used to be known as the Baltimore Colts. And then you had a team in Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns of old. They relocated to Baltimore. Of course, Cleveland got to keep its team or its colors and its history, but the team that it used to have ended up going to the Ravens. So if I ever say the old Browns, I'm talking about the Browns from when they entered the league in 1950 all the way to 1996, which was when they left to go to Baltimore. So if I ever say the old Cleveland Browns, that's what I'm referring to, by the way. Also, hello, TJ. Yes, hey there, what's up? Diamond Light, man. All right, let's go to where's the Colts? All right. So let's get it. Also, let me just let the people in this contest know. Give me a moment. So we have Blade Charge, Shifty the Clown, King Feck, and Shadow Knight. So let me just get these guys. So this would be a good time to go get snacks and stuff like that. Wait, I'll be streaming tonight to do after Extreme Rules if you're interested. All right. course, I will be helping my church out, setting up for a big celebration. But I'll take some breaks to see what's going on. If not, watch the replay. It's not a problem. All right, so let me get Shadow Knight. Yep, yep. All right. We get him. Who else? Oh yeah, Feck and Shifty the Clown, and Blade Charge. And then let me get who else? Oh yeah, that's right, Blade Charge. Only Super Bowl the Browns will be going is to the toilet. Wow, of course you would say that. Wait, where's Blade Charge? Oh, there he is. There's Blade Charge. Okay, let me get. Oh yeah, and then Shifty. Let me just get him on Twitter since that's the easiest way to get to him. Oh, also, I do have a poll, but I'll share that with you once we get the game underway. You knew full well that these two teams used to be Baltimore before they settled with the Ravens. Well, yeah, because one team was the Baltimore Colts, then they moved to Indianapolis, and then the old Browns became the Baltimore Ravens. Now, of course, a new team was given in 1999 to reactivate the Cleveland Browns, and ever since then, the current Browns, as we know them today, began in 1999. So I just wanted to point that little tidbit out there. Okay, where's Shifty? There he is. Hey, what's up, Shadow Knight? You're just in time, and with pizza. That sounds good. All right. All right, let me just get the other team. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to contact Mike Wasson, and then I'm on the team, so I'm already here. So let me just get Carol and Adrian Chambly. Okay. Oh, DJ, did you? No, I have not seen it. I gotta watch it. Dude, I gotta watch it though. That of course I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I'll have to see it. I gotta watch it. And then finally, let me get Carol. Yeah, I uploaded block CD of round 2 before I left. Oh, okay. I'll have to watch that then. All right, there we go. All right, let's get to it. Now, of course, the Colts have the home field advantage as they are the higher seed. So the Browns will travel to Indianapolis. So this is back-to-back dome stadiums. And, okay, we'll go with this one. So with that said, let's get to it. Of course, that's a man that you have to watch out for, Myles Garrett on defense.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, this is Madden Football on EA Sports.
Of course, these two teams are somewhat familiar with one another, as these are two teams that were, part of the NFL prior to the merger of 1970. And of course, both these teams moved to the American Football Conference,
Indianapolis Colts,
along with the Steelers. And that's how they ended up in that conference, along with the 10 original American Football League teams.
Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare.
And I'll get to the players in just a moment. But as for the kicking team, for the Cleveland Browns, it is punter-kicker Blade Charge, who's going to start off the show. Or actually, no, it's McLaughlin, but the punter and kicker is Blade Charge. And for the Colts, the punter and kicker for the Colts is yours truly, TJ Toad. And we'll get to the other players in just a moment, but I just wanted to point those out. These Colts have a chance to win. Honestly, what did you really think for those who actually watched the Thursday Night Football between the Colts and the Broncos? No touchdowns, only field goals.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
So the quarterback for the Colts is this man right here, Adrian Chambly, a man that you know very well, Diamond Light.
That he said prior to
a former two-time Blue Toad Wrestling champion.
He wants to have
a man that you're very familiar with, I will say.
He's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. At the end of the season.
And for the Browns, I'll get to their defensive players in just a moment.
QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Chambly.
Here on first down.
And that was tipped.
Down around his feet and incomplete.
And it looks like we have an injury to Fisher, I believe. Hopefully he'll be all right. But as for the Browns, their defensive players include defensive tackle Shadow Knight and linebacker King Feck. Anyway, Russell Wilson is a prime example of a guy who gets paid, who is playing way under what he makes. Good old Chambly. And Chambly going to run, and he gets sent outside, but he gets 6 yards.
6 yards there
to make it a 3rd and 4, and goes out of bounds to stop the clock.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
All right, so 3rd and 4.
Back to throw.
And, ooh, almost got picked off.
So the defense able to get off the field here on
But
third
even
down.
still, that's a 3-and-out for Indianapolis.
On passing downs, it's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Colts send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game.
And there you see me, the punter. Let's see how I did. Of course, that was not. That could have been better as far as yours truly kicking it, but in any event, that is going to start off with Baker Mayfield coming on the field.
Ready to go at quarterback.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you.
So for the Colts on defense, you have Mike Watson, defensive end, and free safety Carroll Parks. On offense, you have offensive tackle Shifty the Clown. In fact, he is the right offensive tackle, by the way.
He'll throw from the gun, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper.
And great catch there by Austin Hooper, the former Falcon. And he gets 11 yards for a first down.
The move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Mayfield on first
Mayfield,
down.
ooh, almost got picked off.
Intercepted. Not a good
Shifty on the right side.
Drive, INT.
And then, of course, you have Mike Watson on the left side. So both Shifty and Watson will go one-on-one.
So after the incompletion on first, now second
Not sure
and 10.
how into football you are, but thoughts about how the Dolphins medical staff poorly handled. Dude, I was so disappointed. Like, when I found out what happened,
that's a really nice
and that,
job,
you know, he should not have been playing that game.
And blocking it, and
I mean, of course, could the hit had been avoided? Maybe. But the fact is, he shouldn't have been out there.
They come in a little bit high. They don't have great.
And I mean, prayers for Tua, and I hope he recovers. But he should not have been out there. Nice catch, though. But is that enough for a first down? It is. And he went out of bounds, too, to stop the clock.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me.
But I just thought, you know, they never should have let him out there. I'm sorry. They really should not have.
Third down conversion here is big.
Baker Mayfield, he gets it, and another first down. It was the coach's fault. I don't think he forced himself to go to there again. I don't think so either. But I do think it was the coach's fault. Definitely insane one.
Make a play for me. I just need something right here, and the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
All right, so first and 10. They hand it off.
Carry now for Kareem Hunt.
And good run there by Hunt, or I should say it would have been a good run, but unfortunately it ended up for a tackle for loss by Yasin. Good play there by Yasin.
Might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield.
Good play there by Yasin.
Second and 11. From the gun, Mayfield.
And an incompletion.
Incomplete. A nice job of bodying.
So far, it looks like.
And now it brings up third down.
Well, even though Cleveland got themselves a first down a couple of times, but right now it's 3rd and 11, so big play here for both teams.
When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On third down, Mayfield.
And Mayfield gets sacked. Who got him? Who else? Mike Watson. Great play by Mike Watson for Indianapolis. Great play.
to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now a 3-point swing right there.
Great play by Mike Watson, number 60. Well, now Blake Charge is going to have to go out.
The Browns,
and in fact, it's not even enough yards to go for a field goal.
Should be able to pin him back deep here.
Well, let's see if they can pin him.
And here's a very
he kicks it.
Line drive, almost whiffed on it.
And he's going to return it.
On the return.
Well, he gets it to the 20, which is much better than being at the 10.
Yards there. And the Colts will go
so a good run there by Rodgers to make it a bit more manageable.
Up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle.
So it might just come down to field position in this game early on.
Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
A run, and
a run there on first
they get
down.
5 yards. Jonathan Taylor.
5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll set up a throw.
And a completion. Did he get enough forward progress?
And he gets
no, not enough forward progress. I mean, great play there by Doyle, but he should have realized that he could have just moved one more yard to get the first down, but instead it's now 3rd and 1. Chambly gets the completion, and this time a first down.
He's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Great throw there by Chambly. Pittman Jr. with a 9-yard gain.
To see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
They might be the formerly Baltimore's,
we hardly ever see anyone really run,
but that doesn't mean that they're not going to be buddies.
More times than not.
But that doesn't mean they're going to be buddies. No, they're not.
And they pick up the first down.
In fact, you could say that, even with the old Browns and the Baltimore Colts, they were never buddies to begin with.
He'll drop to throw.
And almost got intercepted. That would have been huge had he got it. But no, they were never friends to begin with, really.
Manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down.
Because when Indianapolis first busted onto the scene in 1953, the Cleveland Browns were the best team, or one of the best teams in the NFL. And then by the end of the decade, Indianapolis started to take over with Johnny Unitas. And definitely they had a leg up on every on the Cleveland Browns and most of the other teams in the league. In fact, as a matter of fact, Indianapolis won back-to-back championships in 58 and 59. But in 58, it was the greatest game ever played. Definitely check that out if you haven't. But and an incompletion, though. Now, of course, Cleveland would go on to win the 1964 NFL Championship. But ever since then, Cleveland has not won a championship. And for Indianapolis, they would go on to win Super Bowl V in Baltimore. But then Indianapolis would go into purgatory, in that they were one of the worst teams in the league. They had a brief revival, but ultimately they were one of the worst teams in the league throughout most of the 70s. And Cleveland was one of the better teams, but they weren't the best team by any stretch. Better than Indianapolis or Baltimore at that time. But they weren't like the championship contenders they used to be.
After back-to-back punts.
They want some big
and then, of course, we all know that the move to Indianapolis happened with the Colts in '84.
Now it'll be
And
interesting to
of
see
course,
where
the Colts
patience
would
is on
move
both
over
sides.
to
Each head
Indianapolis,
coach, can
and
you hang in there and not try and force something?
and in the 80s, in fact, for most of the 80s, just like in Baltimore, they were one of the worst teams in the league. In fact, they were still one of the worst teams in the league up until the mid-90s, actually. And for Cleveland, they were one of the best teams in the 80s. The only problem, they would often run into John Elway and the Broncos. And twice, they were on the cusp of going to the Super Bowl, only to get beat by John Elway.
A first down throw for Mayfield.
And a completion. And then by the time we get to the 90s, to 1996, that was when the old Browns moved to Baltimore to become the Baltimore Ravens. And, I mean, I can go on and on, but I think you guys get the point. But yeah, they never really were buddies to begin with.
The start of the second
and
quarter,
it is still 0-0 at the end of one quarter.
As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
All right, so they hand the ball off, and they get it to Nick Chubb, and he gets just enough to get a first down at midfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a run.
But that is definitely true, Joshua. I definitely wanted to give you some props for that.
Because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They hand it off. And Hunt gets the first down and a whole lot more. Great run there by Kareem Hunt.
Not quite to the 35.
I will say this, Cleveland has a two-headed monstrosity in the running game with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
3 first downs?
That's pretty good.
I mean, you have to wonder, how is, Indianapolis supposed to stop two big bulls? I mean, to stop one is bad enough. To try to stop two, oh boy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 37. Another run. And Hunt just continuing to lay the smack down and gets 8 yards on that run.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Play action now. Here's
fakes the handoff, and a completion.
It's Landry.
Great catch there by Landry.
Inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Landry now over 50 yards receiving on 4 catches.
And they do so and pick up a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
All right, 1st and 10.
From the shotgun,
Mayfield.
And that one's going to be off
incomplete.
And incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They hand it off,
and
they get only 1 yard.
At the 10-yard line.
3rd and 9. So big opportunity for the Indianapolis Colts to limit this to a field goal. But we'll see.
Not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Mayfield tries to make a run for it, and he throws, and did he get it? He got it! Touchdown!
Kareem Hunt.
And Kareem Hunt,
7 yards out.
a running back, gets the reception, and Cleveland now leads 6-0 over the Colts.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide.
And of course, Chamblee not too happy with the defense giving up a touchdown.
Because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You
caught
start
it,
from the
and
widest
it was
receiver,
in the end
work your
zone.
way inside.
Great catch there by
Who gets
Kareem
lost
Hunt.
sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
Well, right now, the new Browns want to make a legacy of their own, and not just, live off of the old Browns either.
It's up and through to make it 7-0.
All right, so now
Browns.
7-0 Cleveland.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland.
Browns got a good lead. Let's not jinx it. Yeah. I mean, well, now that you're in the Super Bowl, who would you want to fight? The Browns or the Colts? I mean, because the Browns, what they have is 2 running backs that are
Following
like
the
horses.
touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
But then you have the horse team known as the Colts, and they have.
And
they have,
hold on to this one, and it'll come out
a solid team. They don't have any real weaknesses, but they don't really have any real strengths either. They're a more balanced team if you really think about it.
As they try again with a
Whereas Cleveland has those 2 running backs that you got to deal with in Hunt and Chubb. And really, the wild card in the whole thing is actually Baker Mayfield. You don't know what version of him you're going to get. Anyway, 1st and 10 at the 25.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
A completion.
He's got Jack Doyle.
Oh, fumble!
He put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Browns.
And a fumble. Oh my gosh, though. Honestly, Browns are decent opponents, but I hope Colts can win because it makes it more interesting that way. Well, that might very well be true, but then Doyle loses control of the ball, and it gets knocked out of his hands, and the Browns get it back. Oh, that's not good if you're the Colts, because now they can add to this lead.
Hey, we're going to take the ball away from you. No matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Yes, you got to take care of the rock, a.k.a. the football.
Mayfield now after the fumble.
Now Mayfield. What? Intercepted!
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin.
Ya-Sin with an intercepted, and the Colts get it right back.
That throw, Charles, over the middle.
And for Mayfield, he's got to be sick to his stomach.
That's a normal situation.
Because he did not see Ya-Sin come in. I mean, he was trying to get it to Landry, but Ya-Sin got to it, and now the Colts got the ball back.
And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it.
So each team committing a turnover in as many plays.
Back to throw here.
A completion.
It's complete here to T.Y.
This time holds on to the ball and gets a first down, does Indianapolis. Great throw there by Chamblee.
Those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
But yeah, why the Colts, Double J? And as that happens, the 2-minute warning takes place. It is 7-0 Cleveland.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios.
And a completion. And they got it to the 42-yard line past midfield, so 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 2.
And another completion by Chamblee. And,
Pascal.
Well, guys, you know what to do.
That's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Good call there on first down, and Brandon, I'm getting better.
There we go. Sorry about that,
screen,
guys.
Screen with my defensive training.
Anyway, while that was happening, Indianapolis gets 9 yards for a 2nd and 1 at the 23 and a timeout taken.
Here's second
with a minute and 1 second left.
Back to throw again.
And a completion. I don't know if he was the intended receiver was Doyle, but he caught it, and it's a first down and another timeout used up.
A minute to go in this first half.
Yeah, although I don't think Doyle was intended to be the receiver. I think it was someone else, really. I think it was Taylor or someone else. But
took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Chamblee gets run out of the pocket, but he doesn't get very far. In fact, he lost a yard, and it was Jadeveon Clowney.
Interesting, partner, that most defenses
no relation to Shifty the Clown, obviously,
because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
All right, so 2nd and 11.
They're going to look to throw.
A completion.
Swung out wide for Taylor.
And, whoa, breaks a couple of tackles, and did he get the first down? He does. 7 at the 7-yard line. It is now 1st and goal. Great play there, and a timeout used up by Indianapolis with 16 seconds left to go.
You assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now back to throw.
And got caught. And by who else? Myles Garrett.
The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming.
And yes, he was the number 1 pick IRL by the Cleveland Browns, and he is playing every bit like the number 1 pick that he should be. And as a result, that is going to end the quarter with Indianapolis coming away with no points at all. Big play there by the Browns.
Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
All right, we're back.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
Takes it away, and
bring it out of the end zone.
they get it to the 21-yard line, does Cleveland.
Down officially at the 21.
So as Cleveland was able to stop him,
there's Baker
yeah, it just seems like that, Joshua. I don't know why.
And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
All right, so yeah, they turned it over to Cleveland, but Cleveland, their defense was good enough to stop them, and a completion. Great catch there by Rashard Higgins, and he gets it to the 38.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield?
Played video games with your dad. Awesome.
It appears that the answer is yes.
That's really nice that, you know, that the old man or that Mr. Strike, you know, spends time, you know, with his son Jet Strike. Yes, I called him Mr. Strike.
Now after a good start to the drive.
But still, that's awesome, man. Because my dad never did that with me. That's not to say he was a bad dad. He would take me to places like Disneyland and
when you've got the lead,
Universal Studios when I was much younger.
You can see the coaching in his head taking place on.
Got into a lot of duels with Waluigi.
He saw he had a receiver in the area. They just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
Hey, there's play charge.
Is 2nd and 10.
Right now, your team that you were drafted by, Cleveland, in the lead. And a fumble!
It's Hunt. Oh, he put it on the card.
And who got this one? This could be, I believe.
And he is not quite going to make
Oh, that was Carol Parks who recovered the fumble and filled it and got to within a yard of tying the game. What a play!
On taking the ball away from another team.
That was, who was that? I believe that was Racine.
And try and score themselves.
But when you fall
or Yatsen, excuse me, that forced the fumble. And it was, you know, Carol Parks that got it and was 1 yard shy of a first, or not a first down, but a touchdown. But yeah, great to see a play charge. Although right now it is, you know, Indianapolis with 1 yard away from tying the game. Although, wait a minute, we're going to have a booth review here.
Take a look at this just to make sure that they have it
yes,
right.
Yes, help my mom with my baby sister. But when he can, he will.
Aww. Comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
Oh, okay, so wait a minute. Hunt's knee. All right, so the ruling is that if the knee touches the ground before the ball comes out, then it is not a fumble. Much to the chagrin of the crowd in Indianapolis. You had to change it, so I'm playing with my bunnies. Bunnies?
So
oh, you mean you have pet bunnies? Aw. Alright, so it turns out that Cleveland did not lose the ball. In fact, they still have it. Mayfield. And an incompletion. Well, no harm, no foul as far as Indianapolis is concerned. Well, anyway, there is play charge number 7, the kicker.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Browns send out their punter now.
Anyway, there's play charge right there, kicking the ball. And a fair catch called at the 21. Not bad.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
All right, so 1st and 10 at the 21.
They'll look to throw here on first
And
down.
Champley tries to get away. He does.
First out to his left. And,
Well, he turned a dead play into a big one for 5 yards, but considering the circumstances, he did pretty well
About that play. He took
to
a
get to
positive
that.
negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid
How about
taking
that?
a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Five yards remain on second down.
He'll look to throw.
And a completion, or a throw, I should say, excuse me, but great catch by Pittman Jr. I might have spoken too soon, but no, great catch there by Pittman Jr., and he gets it to the 50-yard line. Great catch by Pittman Jr., Michael Pittman Jr.
Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball
Look at
out there.
that, just
for him
laid
to go
himself
get it.
out to get that catch. What a play. First and 10 at the 50.
First
They hand it
and
off.
10, Taylor now.
They get it to Jonathan
This one is
Taylor, and he
stopped
gets
at
it
the 44.
to
That
the
one good
44
for 7
past
yards.
midfield, and
No
it's a
matter
second
how
and
they
3.
phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it. 7 yards on first down.
Patty!
That fits the bill.
Great to see you.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. They'll look to
And
throw here.
Chambly, completion,
Out to the right and complete to Pittman.
and a first down. All right, so Indianapolis looking
Still
to
in
tie
search
this
of their
game up.
first touchdown of the
Now at the
game, but they're
36.
on the move.
But yeah,
First
great
and
to
10.
see you, Patty. How's everything going in you know, Patty Chase land? Goes for a run, but ran right into who else? Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
I mean, Myles Garrett is a
Second and
beast, I will
16.
say that. And a completion.
This one to his tight end out on the right side.
I mean, big play to take out
Yardage
most of
they
that
needed
negative
there after the
yardage.
sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back.
I'm
But now
doing
they
pretty
look at
well.
third down
Money!
as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
All right, so 3rd and 5. They
The toss here completed to
wait, did he get it?
And
Did he get
is
it?
down almost to the 20 before
He got it.
dropped.
Wow, I don't know how, but he was able to stay in bounds
But look what
and
we
get
have
past
here,
the
a
first
sustained
yard
drive,
marker
and that was
long
certainly
enough to
AWOL
get
in
a
the
first
half.
down.
They really
Great
struggled to
play
try and move the football.
to keep the
But
chains
right now,
moving.
They certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Indianapolis needing a touchdown to tie this game up.
Now on first down.
completion,
Tight end Doyle.
although that's
And a
only good
couple
enough
of
for 2
As
yards.
they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
8 yards to go on second down.
Again, he'll drop
Chambly.
the throw.
Throws it away.
Sideline incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9.
Now with big 3rd and 8, if you're
8.
the Indianapolis Colts, you need this.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A completion. Can he get to the first down, Parker? He does not. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Hey, what's up, Tito? Tito, you missed your game earlier, dude. But yeah, great to see you, Tito.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, so far the only score that we've had is a touchdown by the Browns in the 2nd quarter. It has been otherwise a scoreless game. Now, this is a big decision, though. Do you go for it, knowing full well that if you don't get it...
One score.
Oh, they're going to go for it. Oh, this is huge, though. And if you're Cleveland, you want to definitely stop them.
Try to punch it in,
and he gets it. And a touchdown. Although, wait a minute, we got a flag. We have a flag, but is this against Indianapolis? We have a holding, and it is against Indianapolis. Oh, no.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
So not only do they not get the touchdown, they don't even get the first down either.
Rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
So now what's the decision? Do you try to go for it again, or do you the ball back with your defense?
So on 4th down,
they're going to try to go for a field goal instead.
In a big spot here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 13.
Well, of course, I make the field goal, but oh, that is so tough though, because that would have tied the game up had it stayed. But unfortunately, it is now a 4-point game.
For much of this game, this is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Well, now it's up to Indianapolis to try to get the ball back. And for Cleveland, all they have to do is try to, retain possession of the ball and run out the clock as much as they can possibly do it. They're going to run it out. And they get it to the 25.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
All right. So let's see what Cleveland does.
Mayfield's going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll look to throw.
Mayfield going to go for a... Wait a minute, what's he doing? Well, he gets the ball off, and he gets
he'll get this up past
to the 27, so that's a gain of 3. But unfortunately for Cleveland, he went out of bounds to stop the clock, so that is somewhat counterintuitive in the sense that they need to run the clock down. You have the lead.
But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All right, so 2nd and 7.
From the 27, Mayfield.
Mayfield.
Over the middle, complete.
And they get the first down.
And he's taken down, but
yeah, they need to recover big time. If Cleveland just keeps making first downs, it's only a matter of time before Cleveland holds on and wins. I mean, really, the worst thing that Cleveland can do is try to throw or pass and get intercepted.
Play fake. Mayfield.
Play fakes it. Oh, no, wait a minute. Mayfield almost gets caught, but wow, what an escape and a throw and a play by Baker Mayfield.
First down. Well done.
Oh, I thought for a moment he was dead to rights, but no. Big play to Landry. Oh, man.
To stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move.
They moved the chains indeed. Look at this. I thought for a moment they had him, but they didn't. Look at this. And that was Mike Watson, but Mayfield, like Butterfingers, just slipped through his fingers. Hey, how's it going, PPF?
From Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And they go for a run.
And he'll manage to pick up.
And, well, that's going to run the clock, obviously.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
But yeah, great to see you, PPF.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Although, wait a minute, a sack by Rodgers. Great play there by Rodgers.
The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because
Rodgers. Nobody picked up Isaiah Rodgers, and he got to Mayfield indeed.
On the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power
Yes, I'm
forward.
definitely enjoying my man cave.
Task.
Mayfield in this
For those who don't know, I have a man cave recently, so I'm very happy about it. But now 3rd and 11.
Throwing.
Mayfield's going to throw. Probably not a good idea because there's still time on the clock.
This game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're
well, now Cleveland can kick a field goal and make it a 7-point game, and that will force Indianapolis to tie it up.
That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Although, wait a minute, they're going to punt.
The Browns send out their punter now.
All right, so let's see what they do here.
Away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this works out well.
Although, actually, it worked out well for the punter because now that's going to force Indianapolis to start at the 11. And they'll have a little more than 3 minutes left to go for the Colts to go down the field. A field goal does not do them any good. They have to get a touchdown. And I don't know, PPF, if you know what. Well, actually, I'm not going to ask, but anyway, how's everything going in PPF land? Oh yeah, definitely. It's a great place. Not to say that the old setup that I have was bad. It was good, but I needed a place, Oh, gets the ball off and manages to get 1 yard out of that. But considering that could have been a safety and that could have been possibly the end of the game, they needed that. They needed to get rid of it, and they did.
Big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You talk about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And, gets it off.
On the swing pass.
And gets 5 yards.
A gain of 5.
Man, Cleveland is blitzing like crazy. And that's a risk because if you don't get him, or he gets the ball off and gets it to the right guy, that can bust open for a big play for Indianapolis. But anyway, 3rd and 4. They need this one just to keep the drive alive. Yeah, he got it. Wow, what a catch. What a throw, though, by Chambly, but who caught that one?
And here we are in the 4th quarter.
Pascal, only a second catch, but it's a big one.
And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Right now, Indianapolis, like I said, time is against them.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can get some. I definitely enjoyed the show, man.
Look to throw again.
Oh, completion! And did he get enough yards? 2nd and inches, but that is going to do it for the 2-minute warning. It is 7-3 Cleveland, and Cleveland right now is holding on to a thread, or by a thread, rather. So, if I saw the stream. Oh, okay. Not a problem, dude.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset.
But as long as you're happy with your life, I'm happy for you, man.
Go down to the wire.
Another completion and a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Yeah, good catch there by T.Y. Hilton, but they definitely got to move forward. The clock is against them.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's back to throw.
And nice catch, but that could have been bad, but that results in a 2-yard gain.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. They'll look to throw.
A completion.
Down to Taylor, and he'll be taken down
and a timeout used up by the Colts. They still have 2 timeouts left.
Going to use the first of their timeouts.
3rd and inches.
As they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down.
And I am sure he will make more opportunities for himself, by the way. Yeah, definitely. Or to be honest, I should say, sorry.
Back to throw.
And, that could have been intercepted, but he was trying to thread the needle that if he was able to do it, that probably would have been a big play.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late.
4th and inches, they need this. If they don't get it, it's over.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And they don't.
Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Big play there by Cleveland to get this big one. Oh, man. Just like my call in UFC and football as well. Definitely.
They do have 2 timeouts left.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
This one's not quite over yet.
Outlaw Shade definitely did well in the tournament.
But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
So now Cleveland can just run out the clock right now. The worst thing they can do is turn the ball over again. Yes, got bloody as well.
Try and wind down some clock with Chubb.
Oh, Chubb. Well, manages to hold on to the ball.
Going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Well, if Indianapolis wants to get the ball back, they got to get it stopped somehow. Otherwise, they can just run out the clock. Can
the run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Baker hands it off. Well, they don't get. In fact, I think they get no yards on that one. Let me see how many yards they did get.
Will use their 3rd and final timeout.
No, they actually lost yards and that's a tackle for loss.
50 seconds left to go in the game.
So big play here. They got to stop them. But can they? That's the big question. If they're to have some sort of final chance to get this.
The Browns in victory formation now.
Oh, but they'll just take the knee. Oh, that's right. They can't do that. But they're going to try to take up as much time off the clock as they can before they punt it away. Yeah, this was when Baker was still with the Browns, but yeah.
For the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler
and
here.
Blade Charge, the punter.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
Rodgers All right, so at the 32, so Indianapolis still has a chance, but they only have 10 seconds to get from the 32-yard line to the end zone. There's no time enough for them to kick a field goal and try to get the ball back. No, they got to get this. Anything short of a touchdown, it will not work.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And, oh wait, we got a flag. Well, they do get the completion and go out of bounds, but what's the... oh, that's not good. That's another costly penalty against the Colts. That's 2 of them. Both of them were on the Colts, and the first one costed them a touchdown, and then the other is making it much more difficult for Indianapolis to have any chance.
One final shot. They'll look.
Let's see what he does. He's going to go for it. He's going to launch. No. It's over. And the Browns will go to the Super Bowl. And it's going to be the Browns and the Washington Commanders in the Super Bowl. A first-time matchup between those two teams.
You're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen?
Unbelievable.
Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long
Baker
shot.
Mayfield is going to the Super Bowl. Well, I mean, at least in Madden he is. But man, what a game. Both these games were defensive masterclasses in the sense that, you know, this was not a high-scoring game. Yeah, you had your fair share of scoring, but for the most part, you had some great stops, you had some, you know, defensive plays, but in the end, it was a 7-3 game.
You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Indy.
I mean, the Colts had several opportunities to get either a tie or take the lead, but unfortunately, it just didn't work out. It just did not work out. Because while Chambly had the slightly better game, Mayfield, yeah, he had an interception, but he also has a touchdown to his credit. So, you know, and not to mention the higher completion percentage and more yards. But then, of course, you had, as far as rushing is concerned, I mean, you had Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt doing their thing. But you also had Kareem Hunt in the passing game as well. And he has a passing reception or a touchdown reception. So Kareem Hunt definitely did his part. But another thing that also hurt Indianapolis was the fact that, you know, 3 sacks were allowed. 2 of them by Eric Fisher. I mean, that's just one of the reasons why Indianapolis did not get the job done. They just couldn't block. Or at least they couldn't, you know, protect their guy long enough, you know, for him to make plays. 7 tackles for, I can't pronounce this young man's name, Jeremiah. But, of course, Myles Garrett got himself 2 sacks. And then Rock Ya-Sin got himself an interception, which is pretty good for him. And then, of course, I had a field goal, but that was really it. Like, my 3 points were the only points that the Colts scored. So, but then, of course, Blaycharge had himself a great punting game. Much better than me, I will say that, because he had 120 punting yards. And, in fact, 105 of those were net yards. And 2 of those punts ended up inside the 20. So that's a good stat to have if you're a punter. But other than that, though, it will be the Browns and the Commanders in the Super Bowl. So congratulations to the Browns and the Commanders on making the Super Bowl. I mean, for the Commanders, they haven't been to the Super Bowl since the 1991 season, when they met the Buffalo Bills. And for the Browns, they've never been to the Super Bowl. So this is new. This is new for them. But with all that said, that's going to do it for our show. And, of course, I have to get ready to go to help with setting up for tomorrow's service. Going to have a special... It's going to be more of a banquet than a service, but a service nonetheless, though. But, yeah, congratulations, Shadow Knight. Shadow Knight, you're going to the Super Bowl, baby. You're going to the Super Bowl. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. There we go. But yeah, you're going to the Super Bowl, man. How does it feel? Yeah, man, this was, both, you had two great games, both low scoring, but I want more food. Well, I will say stay tuned for the Super Bowl, and here's the schedule coming up. I may as well mention this, and I may as well share this too while I'm at it before I forget, especially those who haven't had a chance to vote, but I'm going to give this to you guys anyway. Let me share this with you. So I have a poll, and this is a poll in which you can vote for what games you want me to stream. And you can make multiple votes for multiple games, I should say, excuse me. But anyway, there's the poll, so if you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to vote on it. So here's what I have as far as the tentative schedule for the next couple of streams that I have. All right, so October 13th is going to be a late night stream, and it's going to be the go home show for Roadblock on Blue Toad Wrestling. And then on the 16th, after service, on that day, is the Madden Series Season 11 Super Bowl between the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders. And the winner of course, the winner obviously wins the Super Bowl, of course. But that is the tentative schedule on what to look out for. But yeah, congratulations, Shadow Knight, on going to the Super Bowl, baby. Same thing to King Feck, Blade Charge, and Shifty the Clown. And for the Commanders, they have Biological, Cole Weston, Brandon Cuevas, and Joshua James. And of course, on each, so you have two teams that each have, 4 players apiece. And 4 of them will be Super Bowl champions. We'll find out who. But from all of us here, this is the Blue Toad to June 22 signing off, saying goodbye. And I got to get ready to go take care of some business with the church. But other than that, though, I want you guys to stay safe. I won't be doing any streams tomorrow. I will be peeking in or checking out other people's streams. I just won't be streaming myself, though. So there are other options out there as far as streaming is concerned. So, yeah, no streams for me tomorrow. But until then, until the 13th, stay safe. God bless. And may the best team win on the Super Bowl. And may we have a great go-home show for Roadblock on Blue Toad Wrestling. Until then, have a great day, everybody. Peace. Okay. All right. Have a good one.